Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're all doing well. This is the live reaction and conversation, hopefully, as nobody's watching at the minute, to the reaction, I should say, to the West Ham versus Everton game, which finished West Ham 1, Everton 1. So as always, guys, let's start off by talking about the team sheet. In goal, we had Randolph with a back four of Zabaleta, Diop, Ogbonna, and Creswell. The midfield, holding midfielders of Noble and Rice, with Snodgrass and Fornals in making up the midfield, with Lanzini sitting behind Allaire. On the bench was Martin, Reed, Balbuena, Cardoso, Masuaku, Ayeti, and the junior I can never pronounce this guy properly. Ngakia, I think he pronounced that. So according to the BBC, the attendance was 59,915. I'll believe that when I see it. Just a quick shout out to the people in the chat. Where are we? So Lee Hopewell, hello Lee. Hope you're doing well. I'm in. Yes, I can see. Cool, guys. By all means, as I said, guys, let me know first and foremost what you think of this new frame that I've got here. You've got the, where are we? We've got the sponsorship here, 3retro.com, and also the new banner up here. So let me know what you're thinking about. Let me know if you'd like it or not, guys. As I said, yeah. So let's talk about the first half. Now, before we do that, obviously, guys, you know the drill. That click on the link in the description below for the. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my mouse. Try find it for the. Hang on, sorry, guys, I'm still trying to get it sorted. There we go. Boom. Right. So yeah, blah blah blah. All my contact information down below. But also, right, so let's talk about the first and foremost. Let's talk about the bigger point for today, apart from the point we picked up today, the protest that happened before the game itself. Absolutely went exactly as it should have done. I was very, very impressed with how great the turnout was. At least 2.5, maybe 3,000 people turned up for it. Very, very happy with that. And it's actually quite nice to see on the BBC website as well, for that matter, where it reads, before the match, hundreds of Hammers fans, it's more than thousands, of Hammers fans staged a peaceful protest about the running of the club in the week of the 10-year anniversary since David Sullivan and David Gold bought West Ham. Some Hammers fans blame the co-owners for their perilous position in the Premier League after Manuel Lanzini's unsuccessful spell at the club saw West Ham reappoint boss David Moyes. Actually, I'll actually show you. You can actually see what I'm looking at here. Bear with me 2 seconds, guys. Bum bum bum. Clicky click, clickety click. So you can read it along with me. So. Yeah, some Hammers fans blame the co-owners for their perilous position in the Premier League after Manuel Pellegrini's unsuccessful spell at the club saw West Ham reappoint David Moyes 19 months after he had originally left the club. Moyes, who this week admitted he had talked to Everton about a potential return to the club he managed for 11 years before they appointed Ancelotti in December, saw West Ham create the better chances when the game was goalless. And to be honest with you guys, I agree with that 100%. It wasn't the best of results, if I'm honest, but it's a lot better than what I thought was going to happen when Baz and I did the preview. I basically said that we both basically agreed that we were going to lose 3-1, and we didn't. It was a 1-1 draw. Now, to be honest with you, neither team deserved to win it. Really didn't. Very, very good first half from West Ham for the majority of it, I should say. Paul, let's see what Paul says here. Paul Hesketh, I'm a blue, and it was a poor game in my opinion, but the Hammers deserved the points. Paul, to be honest with you, mate, as I'm coming on to, I don't think either team deserved it. But thank you very much, mate. It's much appreciated for your comment. if I'm it's to be completely honest with you, in the first half there was spits and spats from both sides. Both teams playing very well, both teams playing poorly at the same time. Bits here and there. Randolph didn't have that much to do, and neither did the Everton keeper, to be fair, Pickford. But when he did, he pulled off some good saves, especially in the first half before we got the goal. And I say Randolph hardly like it always is with a debut for some random reason. We didn't really have much to do either. SW6, hello, good to see you, mate. How are you? Draw was a fair result. Yes, agreed, 100%, mate. So let's talk about the two goals. Diop's goal on the 39th and something minute, right? Very good, well worked corner from Snodgrass. The ball actually, from what it looked like on the replay, looks like it actually come off Diop's shoulder, and Ogbonna almost kind of steered it in. Well, at least he was trying to steer it in, at least anyway. And as a result, we're 1-0 up. And the celebrations weren't exactly ecstatic, but they weren't exactly muted either. It was an interesting atmosphere. Fortunately, the protest was very, very which went very, very well. I was very, very proud to be standing there trying to listen to Paul and everybody else that was doing their conversations, because the speaker wasn't exactly brilliant. But it was superb. A lot of big turnout, as I said, and he did say during that we go back into the London Stadium and we support the team. We get behind the team. We get behind Moyes, and we did it 100% throughout the entire game. There was a few boos, but that was more to do with how a couple of Everton players played in the second half, which I will come to in just a minute. We've been dreadful against Newcastle. He's talking about the Chelsea result there. Let's have a look. Didn't see what that result was. Where are we? It was a 0-0 as it stands at the moment. So there was a lot of draws today, guys. For those who didn't actually know what the results were, I'll just do a quick recap for you. The early kickoff: Watford Spurs 0-0. Arsenal 1, Sheffield United 1. Brighton 1, Aston Villa 1, Man City 2, Crystal Palace 2. That was a shock. But almost a shock in a minute, which was Norwich 1, Bournemouth 0. No surprise there. But the big shock is Southampton 2, Wolves 3. I guarantee that game's going to be should be on first of match of the day tonight. Southampton were 2-0 up at the break, and Wolves came back and won it 3-2. Very, very good, impressive performance from them. And as it stands at the minute, it's Newcastle 0, Chelsea 0, with 2 minutes of extra time on the clock. Paul Hesquist, I totally agree with the protest, by the way. West Ham is a good club, and that stadium is not a football stadium. Shocking that the owners left Upton Park for that. Paul, thank you very much, mate. I do appreciate your support there. I'm glad I'm actually, to be honest, to be 100% honest with you guys, I'm very, very glad we've got a toffee in the chat room there, because I've got a lot of respect for Everton. I really do. I mean, let's get the microphone. That's a bit better. I've got a lot of respect for Everton. Very, very similar fan base. Very, very similar culture. Very, very similar ground. At least they were very. It's just a very, very well run club, and I'm very happy to see Ancelotti there. Would have been nice to see that, but yes, Paul, you're absolutely right. It's a bit weird from a business point of view. If the London Stadium had been converted correctly, then it would have made absolutely perfect sense, and nobody would have said anything. But that's it. That's the way that it is, unfortunately. Leo Hopewell says, I think they both deserve the point. Yeah, I'm glad he agrees. I'm a Sheffield United fan. Good, Leo. Nice to see you come in and been respectful after the 1-0 boot, and you gave us on last Friday. Paul Hesketh, hope that David Moyes does a good job for you. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. Sheffield United playing really well. Yes, they are, Paul. 100%. Nathan DeChanger says, we need a new board. Agreed, mate. And Leo's also said, I think they both deserve the point. That's come around twice by the looks of it. And Leo says, thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. But anyway, as I say, just coming back to the game itself, now there's a couple of players, and Paul may try and correct me on this, but I was very, very disappointed, to say the least, if I'm honest, with a couple of Everton players, more specifically Holgate, and I think it was Mina. Paul, was it Mina or Coleman that went down for quite a while, and also all right towards the end of the game, and kind of just stood up and went, actually, I'm all right. When we were on the attack there, it was Paul. Please let us know. But it looked like it was either Mina or Coleman. Holgate, for example, was very, 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 very poor. I've got a lot of time for the Everton side, but there's some players that really need to take a look at themselves in the mirror. Davies, for example, was one of the best players I've seen for a long, long time. I really, really enjoy it. I said, Paul thinks it's me. That, yeah, I thought it was one of the two. Holgate needs to look himself in the mirror, diving quite a lot. Interesting decisions from Mariner in return to some of the fouls that are going on with the Yeti. Only Allaire, sorry, I should say. I'll come on to the substitution in a minute. But very, very interesting decisions from him, shall we say, in terms of what's going on, because Allaire was fouled quite a fair bit and didn't really give us anything until towards the end of the game. Owners are greedy and they are not bothered about the fans. Yes, Paul, agreed. That's the reason why the protest happened, and the way that it did, and it was perfect. Now, coming to the Everton substitutions. I don't normally talk about opposition substitutions, but I have to mention this one. Theo Walcott came off, and Zabidi came on the 57th minute. And I'm not joking. I did not know Walcott was on the pitch at all. I don't remember him making any contribution whatsoever. And then 3 minutes later, I mean, obviously, Bernard was replaced by Gordon at the halftime break. So straight away, Ancelotti's thinking, right, we need to shift this up, and quite rightly so. Fornals, that was replaced by Masuaku on the 59th minute. I feel sorry for the guy. I said to Nicky in West Ham Fantasy V, I do feel sorry for him, because he tried, but it just wasn't working. And Masuaku came on and played very, very well. Let's see what Paul has to say about that. Niasse is garbage joke of a player. Yeah, he didn't look brilliant, but as I say, with Masuaku came on, looked absolutely brilliant. Niasse brings us around quite nicely on the 74th minute. Came on for Keane. So yeah, but it's a bit of that. I didn't understand that substitution, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. Yeti came on for Lanzini on the 84th minute, and bloody hell did he impress me. Yeti was, for that 6 minutes, the 9 minutes he was on the pitch in total, because we had 4 minutes of extra time. He really, really impressed me. Running around like a terrier, really the sort of striker that we were hoping we were going to be getting, and I've got a funny feeling that's the reason why Moyes says we've got a good squad here, because he's seeing encouraging signs, and there were encouraging signs. VAR was correctly ruled when Mina went down. When Mina went down, and Zabaleta just lost his shit. Absolutely lost his shit, and the VAR decision went up to say that assessing a potential red card, and it wasn't, and quite rightly so. If it wasn't a red card for violent conduct, it was just. Do you know what? I've got 100% respect for Zabaleta. He was the only player out of the entire game that was booked. He was one of the best players, if not for me, was my man of the match. Played superbly well. I know I keep saying superb on these videos, but he was man of the match. He was there as far as I'm concerned. He was there for everything. He was getting in the way of everything, was making challenges, standing his ground, really, really making an impression there. So guys, let me know your man of the match, and Paul, let me know your man of the match, of course, as well, and Leo, of course. Tony Ainsworth. Hello, Tony. Good to see you. Moyes has them playing better than under Pellegrini. Yes or no? We need a bit more work rate from Alert. 100% agree with you. Lanzini looks the shadow of the player he was before the injury sustained while training with Argentina. Yes, because it's going to be on his mind like Creswell's injury was on his mind for quite a while. A few seasons back, we had that really bad injury. Leo says, I've got to admit, Snodgrass is a really good player. He works hard. He works hard. And Paul Esquith says, Anthony Gordon is my cousin's son, so I hope he does well. Good player. Good to know. That's interesting. He had a good second half, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. What about Snoddy? Nathan, this is my opinion. Snoddy played well. Rice played well. Misplaced a few things. Noble wasn't at the races as far as I'm concerned. But for me, as I say, Zabaleta was. But I'm guessing Snoddy's the man of the match. Chef there. I thought so, Nathan. Paul Esquith again. Snodgrass played well. Always seemed to play well against the Toffees. Yes, he does. I don't know how it works. He has. It just brings him. The game sort of really bring him out to play. But I'm very impressed with it overall. However, looking at the bigger picture now, guys, the worrying thing is the fact we still got a game in hand, which is we're gonna be destroyed. We are really going to be destroyed. We are still a point away from the relegation zone. We were 2 points earlier, but we are now a point away from the relegation zone. That worries me, especially with our round of fixtures coming up as well, for that matter. It really, really does concern me, because obviously, we've got Leicester at home. Leicester away on Wednesday evening. Guys, if anyone's going to be sticking around, for those new to the channel or have been watching for quite a while, I do live watch along with for the West Ham away games. So, guys, if you're watching the Leicester game on Wednesday night, by all means, please pop into the chat. It'd be good to have the conversation with you. The kickoff is 7:30. I'll be going live at 7:25 to talk about the team sheet, and also obviously to talk about the game with you guys as well. What your predictions are going to be Monday night. There's going to be the preview for the Leicester game as well. Obviously, Leicester play tomorrow, so that's why I'm not going to be doing that as well. For those who are watching and are in the WHU TV Fantasy League team, I do the live stream on Facebook, the Facebook page for the channel, and also the Periscope account for that as well. So that will be going up at 8. That will be up on 8 o'clock live on Facebook and Periscope at Monday night at 8 o'clock, and then straight after that is going to be the preview for the Leicester game as well. So, guys, thank you very, very much for your time. It's great to have everybody in the chat as always. There's a few people more jumping into the chat now. So the Chelsea supporter who runs his channel, SW6 Fan TV, says, I'm fuming, absolutely fuming. He means the 0-0 against Newcastle. To be honest with you, mate, I know what you mean, but you're away to St James's Park. It's not the easiest of places to get points, as we know, but yeah, it should have had something a little bit more than that. Lee Hopewell said Snodgrass is also his man of the match. Bruno 123. Hi, not a good result. A point is a good result from one point of view, but we were never going to win this. Not really sure what you mean by coins there, Bruno, but thanks for the comment. Paul Esquith, yeah, to talk. That's a bit of internal conversation going on there. Bruno again. Hi there. Sorry, that's already come up. It looks to be repeating a little bit. Oh, it's 1. Oh, I didn't. Oh, 1-0. It was 1-0 Newcastle. I didn't notice that. It must have been literally at the dying seconds because it was 0-0 at the second minute when I looked at it. So that, yeah, I can see why you're fuming in that case, mate. I can really, really see why you were fuming. Yeah, Hayden on the 90+4. So yeah, that was it. That is very, very interesting, conceding a very late goal. So guys, bear with me 2 moments. I'm just going to put up the table for you, so we can all talk about it as well, for that matter. So where are we? Let's get that up there. So we can just, I say, we're gonna round up with the window. But thank you guys, everybody, for for jumping in on this. So let's do as they do on Match of the Day. Talk about the bottom of the table first, because that's predominantly where we are at the minute. So Norwich 20th, Bournemouth 19th, Villa 18th, Watford 17th, West Ham United 16th, Burnley 15th, Brighton and Hove Albion 14th, Southampton 13th, Newcastle 12th after that victory over Chelsea. But Everton 11th now. Not bad. They've only lost one over their 5, so just keeping up a decent momentum from them. Arsenal 10th, Crystal Palace 9th after that point up at the Etihad. Spurs 8th, Sheffield United 7th, Wolves 6th, Man United 5th, Chelsea still in the top 4 with 5 points clear of 5th. Leicester City 3rd, Manchester City 2nd now, and Liverpool top of the table. Now, I did say at the start of the season that Liverpool were going to win it, and it looks like they are legitimately going to be on there. Leo says bye, see you Monday. Cheers, Leo. All the best, mate. Ta-da. Where are we? Yeah, Southwest 6. Yeah, last minute. Yeah, it's a pain. Yeah, scored 94th minute. Leo says it again. So, repeating comments for some random reason here. I don't like looking at the top, seeing the copyrights top. Yeah, I know what you mean, Paul. But yeah, I can understand. I can understand that. Where are we? Tony Edgeworth. For me, Snodgrass just Pip Zabaleta as our man of the match today. Yeah, that's fine, Tony. That's your opinion. That's not a problem. So Bruno keeps saying goodbye. See you Wednesday. So yeah, as long as I've got a decent stream for it, then yeah, you will definitely see me on Wednesday. So guys, thank you very, very much for your time. If you're new around here and you like what I'm doing and you want to see more, I'm going to try and do a lot more live content as much as I can. The bar means do hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to get notified of when new videos are going up. Bruno, your message saying about see you Wednesday keeps coming through. Barmins, if for those watching the replay of this, then Barmins, please put your comments in the comment section below. Also, if you like the video and you feel I deserve it, then Barmins, please click the like button as well, guys. The more likes this video gets, the more exposure the channel gets, and hopefully more subscribers. Because as it stands at the moment, the channel is on 1,320 from last count. So let's just have a look to see where we are now. So yes, it hasn't changed. If you are liking what I'm doing, the Barmies, please click the subscribe button. Share this video as well with anybody else. Neutrals are always welcome to this channel as well. As I've, hopefully I've made that quite clear from talking to the non-West Ham supporters in the chat there. And guys, as I say, I will see you on Monday night for the on here for the Leicester preview. And also on Facebook for the Fantasy League, and of course hopefully Wednesday for the live watch along. So guys, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you very, very soon. All the best.